I'm guessing that's why comedians have taken to podcasting so much. I mean, like all comedians have a podcast now.
Yeah,
it's
right.
crazy because they can riff and be conversational and funny at the same time. And also, the thing is, they're allowed to get things wrong.
Right.
Because they just fall back on, well, I was just being funny. I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
They can basically say whatever they want.
I know.
So
when you're a comic, you have material. In order to be a good comic, you have to be a good writer. You have to be a joke writer, or a comedy writer. So you have to write your own material.
Yeah.
So some people don't, like Johnny Carson didn't write his own and all that kind of stuff. But and there are some other stand-ups that don't, I believe. I forget who. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not into it that much. But comics traditionally write their own material and then they deliver it and then they practice it. George Carlin wrote all of his own stuff.
Sure.
Then he practiced it meticulously.
Sure.
Because some of the stuff, some of the alliterations and things that he does is like, you can't do that normally. You have to actually rehearse that. And he did, and he delivered it flawlessly, and other comedians too. But what you're doing is you're firing certain synapses in the brain and training them that when you're not doing that work, you can carry that into other endeavors.
Yeah.
You can basically, I don't know, go into a courtroom and argue effectively if you know the law, if you're a comedian. I think a comedian would be a good trial attorney.
Maybe.
Don't you think?
Maybe.
Maybe there are some. Anyway.
Okay, I'm going to go first. Okay, I wanted to show you this. I wanted to see if you had ever heard of this before.
Yeah.
So watch this.
There's nothing more stressful than ordering a bagel in New York City. I just went to a bagel shop here. I'm from Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, if you order a bagel, you walk in, you say, hey, can I get a scoop gluten-free bagel? The person behind the bar is usually like, of course, we have these different options today for gluten-free. Of course, I can do that for you. In New York, I just walked in and asked for a scoop gluten-free bagel. The guy just looks at me and goes, I'm not scooping your bagel, bro.
Yeah.
It's like, dude, that's how I want it.
Scooped bagel.
It's like, get the out of here with that shit. I was like, all right.
I was going to say that he got yelled at.
There's nothing more.
Yeah, so do you know what a scooped bagel is?
A scooped bagel?
A scooped. He wants it scooped.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no. They scoop out the
He doesn't want the bread on the inside because it's going to make him fat.
Oh, come on.
So he wants them to scoop out the inside of the bagel.
Not on a bagel.
Scoop out the inside of a gluten-free bagel, which probably already tastes awful.
Oh.
So
that's terrible.
Yeah, so he wants them to scoop out the inside so he doesn't get fat, and then he's going to eat that, and they told him no.
No, I never heard of that.
So that's an LA guy, I guess.
Yeah, well, he's an LA guy.
And lived your whole life in New York City. So
yeah. We get our bagels from and we don't eat. It's amazing. I don't know if I've ever had a Cape Cod bagel. I don't think I have.
You have. You've had a bagel from Cape Cod.
Yeah.
You just never had another one.
Maybe.
Yeah. So
maybe from Dunkin' Donuts or something like that.
Yeah, probably something like that.
No,
they're not.
Good?
They don't. Nah, they're okay. I don't know.
I like the ones from Bagel Utopia.
Utopia is good.
Whitestone, Queens. Yeah, no, you can't scoop out a bagel.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What is he to do? What with it?
That's
what's he fill it with? Butter? Cream cheese?
I don't know.
Turkey?
Honestly, don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
That reminds me of one of the Super Bowl commercials. I won't talk about it now, though.
No. Let's talk. We can talk about Super Bowl.
Yeah.
What commercial does it remind you of?
One of the first of all, I didn't watch them all. I didn't
watch them all either.
I used to like watching the Super Bowl commercials. They're not that good anymore.
The Super Bowl commercials, they're almost insulting to watch because it's a style of humor that doesn't hit anymore. It's based on a really dumb pun, usually, and combined with a celebrity cameo that isn't that good. Somebody I don't really care about very much. So you take a stupid pun and you combine it with a celebrity that they had to pay millions of dollars to get on the commercial, and I'm supposed to sit there basically laughing my ass off at how great it is. And I don't care at all. And I don't think anybody else cares anymore either. So,
well, the one that was kind of funny. It was okay because it was the one with Billy Crystal and Meg Griffin, whatever her name is, the actress.
What? Meg Griffin is
an actress.
She's from Family Guy.
Oh no, that's not. No.
Who?
No.
Who is it? What's her name?
She's the actress.
What's her name?
She's a very famous actress. What are you talking about?
Well, then you don't know who it is.
Okay, so I don't want to harp on that.
Okay,
what I want to harp on is the commercial. They had the one with which it's Harry Met Sally or Harry Met Sally.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Right.
And aside from the the sexual connotations and all
Yeah.
that stuff, which are inappropriate. And,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'll have what she's having.
yeah, but
Right.
they're promoting sex outside of marriage because they're not married.
Okay.
Right? So that's one of those cultural things that. But aside from that, there's something way more egregious about that scene.
Meg Ryan.
Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's
What's
so
more?
famous.
What's more egregious?
What's way more egregious than that is if you look, it's the mayonnaise. First of all, they're in Katz's.
Yeah.
Katz's Deli.
Katz's Deli.
Right. Mayonnaise. They're sitting there at the table, and she's first of all, here's what's really egregious: going to Katz's and ordering a turkey sandwich.
Yeah. Instead of what, pastrami?
How about pastrami or
Right.
corned beef?
Right.
I'm not sure. I would have, if you and I went there, I would say we'll order pastrami and corned beef, and we'll split it.
Yeah, pastrami on rye.
Pastrami on rye.
That commercial is a good example.
But she puts mayonnaise on her sandwich, and I'm
Okay.
like, why is there mayonnaise?
Yeah.
In Katz's Deli on turkey? You would put mayonnaise on turkey.
What was the
right?
commercial for?
You know what? I don't know.
Nobody even knows. Oh, it was
Oh, it
Hellman's.
was for Hellman's
It was
mayonnaise.
Hellman's.
Yeah, it was
Oh,
Hellman's
okay.
mayonnaise. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's a perfect example of what I'm talking about because at the end of the commercial
Yeah.
is Sydney Sweeney. She pops up. She's
I don't even
sitting
know who
there
that is,
at the other
sorry.
side of the
I
at
don't
the other
even
side
know.
of the restaurant.
Oh, she's the one that says, yeah, she does the.
She says they all have what
I'll
she's
have
having.
what she's having.
She's a
yeah.
famous actress right now. She's very big. She hosted SNL a few months ago. And so
I have no idea
they
who
just
she is.
I know you don't. They throw her in at the end and we're supposed to be like, wow, look who it is.
Yeah, yeah,
It's
yeah.
like I don't care. I don't care.
Well, nothing beats the famous Apple Super Bowl commercial.
Yeah.
Everybody knows all about that.
So I'm not a fan of these. I think they're
Yeah, they're not that good anymore.
they're dated is what I'm trying to say.
The whole Super Bowl thing, everybody's already forgotten about it. Nobody cares about the Super Bowl anymore. Nobody cares about the Super Bowl anymore.
Okay.
I mean,
guess
it's
maybe.
it's gone. I hope maybe it'll come back. I don't know.
I think people do. I just think you don't at all.
The entertainment.
No, the entertainment. Nobody liked the entertainment.
No, it's terrible. The entertainment is terrible. I don't know what the heck's going on. All right.
There's a big anti-Trump message, apparently. By the way,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
On the Super Bowl? At the Super Bowl?
the halftime show. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did they have something
Yeah.
weird written on the field? Also?
I don't know. I know the whole thing was they didn't have "quote unquote" end racism, which was
yeah,
a big
that's what it
thing.
was, yeah.
but they didn't have it.
Oh, they did not
No.
have it. Oh, okay.
No, they didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Well, that's kind of cool. Yeah, and racism. Like we need to be reminded.
Your turn.
Oh, okay. So, all right. So I'm not going to get into the creepy thing yet. First, I just want to backtrack a little
What
bit.
creepy thing?
I have something creepy to show you.
Okay.
The other day we were talking about, I almost said Saint Vitus. Saint
Vitus.
Saint Vitus. Dance on my molars.
Okay.
Okay.
Saint Valentine.
Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
We didn't get into the spiritual ramifications of that story, though.
Okay.
We talked about, how where we get the day from and all that. He was executed.
Right.
He was prisoner, and the jailer sent his daughter, who was blind, to Saint Vitus. He cured her of blindness.
Okay.
Okay, she could see, and they all became Christians.
That's a legend.
It's a legend.
Yeah.
And the thing is, though, there's a spiritual thing there too, because he sent her a Hallmark Valentine's Day card. And no, it was a note of some kind, a letter, right? He sent her a letter, and he signed it, "Your Valentine."
Right.
So do you want there is a spiritual ramification there.
What is it?
Believe it or not. It goes to man-woman relationships.
Okay.
Okay. And it goes to marriage also. It's not about inferiority, who's better, man or woman, that sort of thing. People get worried about that. But women are led by emotions. Okay. And that clouds their thinking. And a man is supposed to be aligned with God. He's supposed to be a projection of his creator through him on earth as it is in heaven. And just as Valentine did, Valentine brought the woman sight, vision. She could see by the time he was done with her. Okay. And when he signed that letter, "Your Valentine," the point is that he is her Valentine. She is not his Valentine. So this expression, "be my Valentine," that is for the woman to say to the man. The man is to be her Valentine.
Okay.
Do you understand? A woman cannot be a man's Valentine but a man could be a woman's Valentine. A Valentine in respect.
You mean fulfilling the role that Saint Valentine
Correct.
did in the legend?
Bringing enlightenment, bringing
Okay.
vision, allowing her to see.
All right.
Because when a man looks toward a woman, when the role gets reversed,
Mm-hmm.
a man looks to a woman for emotional support or guidance, or you know, what was it, that movie with I don't know the name of the movie, but I've seen the clip. I think it was Tom Cruise, but he says to the woman, "You complete me." To the woman.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's everything getting reversed.
Yeah.
The man is supposed to complete the woman. The woman doesn't complete the man, you know. And there's danger in that. And that there's a shift that's very dangerous. This modern idea of romance that's created by candy and card companies and all of that sort of thing, where a man basically grovels for a woman's love.
Yeah.
Has nothing to do with the origins of Valentine's Day. And the funny thing is, now you look at the heart, right? Go to 21. I want to show you something.
21.
Yeah. Why does a Valentine look like a heart?
Okay. What is that?
That is a seed. That is a seed of a Silphium seed. That is a Silphium plant seed.
It's weird looking.
Yeah. And that goes back to the they look like Valentines.
I guess they look like hearts. Yeah.
Right. That goes back to look. A lot of this is speculation. It goes back to ancient Rome, and these things were used as aphrodisiacs, and it's also said for contraception. So it's kind of weird. There is a sexual thing there.
So what is that called?
That is a Silphium.
How do you Silphium?
I believe it's Silphium. Silphium?
Silphium seed?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird looking.
Right?
I guess so. It looks like a heart.
Looks like a heart.
I mean, it seems obvious that must be where it comes from. Then
it's the most obvious one. There's all kinds of speculation as to where it comes from.
Huh.
But obviously, you don't have a big Valentine pumping inside of your chest, right? A big red thing.
Heart-shaped seeds. Heart-shaped. Well, to call it heart-shaped is a bit circular, right?
Yeah. Well, now they are. Yeah, because that's being written by modern men.
I know, but I'm saying it's really a Silphium-shaped heart, not a heart-shaped Silphium.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So I thought that would be interesting. I wanted to add that little adjunct because Valentine's Day is coming up. And that is why, by the way, I don't eschew Valentine's Day, because I am my wife's Valentine.
Okay.
I help her see.
Okay.
Okay. And I've never actually, and I do say, I'm your Valentine. I never say, please be my Valentine.
Yeah.
But if she says that to me, which she never does, but I am her Valentine.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Now we get to something creepy.
Okay.
Although
that was a little creepy, by the way.
Yeah, that was a little creepy. People would think that what I said about man-woman relationships, they might think
I guess. I meant the seed is creepy.
The seed is, I thought it was creepy. Didn't you think it was creepy?
It's just weird looking.
It's just weird looking. Yeah.
So what?
Okay. So AI. Okay.
AI is creepy.
AI
is also creepy. Yeah.
We look at AI, we look at things like Neuralink, and we look at robots. And are you familiar with this robot called, I think it's Amica? Have you heard of this Amica robot?
Maybe not.
I think that's what they call it. It's a robot I think it was developed by a British company, believe it or not. And it's one of these, you've seen them though. That's the name of this particular robot. But it's very advanced, and it's got like a very humanistic look to it. It's got a face, and it makes expressions, and it's got eyes, and it blinks. Have you seen these things? You must have
I've
seen
seen
these
things like that.
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. They look human. They look almost human.
Okay.
And the thing is that they're putting like these facial expressions on them now. They're now putting like little things inside of their face where like they're moving their mouths, they're smirking.
Yeah, they have cheek muscles. And
muscles. It's kind of weird, and they blink. They're not that advanced. Like if you ask it, you can bring it up if you want. But like I was watching a video the other day about it, and like they're asking it. It was like a conference or something, and they're asking it questions. You're not going to mistake this for a human being.
Yeah,
But it's like because like you say, oh, what's the weather out today? What's the temperature? It goes, you know, you know, it's not like Data from Star Trek. It's like, you know,
Yeah.
like in the early Data, in the early Star Trek episodes, like you would ask Data something and he would say, accessing. You know, it's like,
Okay.
toward the end of the series, he's got like instantaneous knowledge.
Yeah.
It's nothing, there's nothing instantaneous. It's like, it's like thinking, and it's like, I could have picked up my phone and found out the weather faster than this.
If a real person made a face like that at me, if I asked them what the weather was going to be, I'd probably be worried.
Well, let's see what kind of a face a robot can make. Go to 21.
I just did 21. Do you want me to do 20?
Okay, well go to that one. That should be the right one then. I might have given you the wrong number. There you go.
Oh, what is that?
That, my friend,
That is not what I thought you were talking about at all.
that
Lab
is
grown.
living skin.
No,
That is living skin.
that's disgusting.
That is the future of robots. Turn it off. It's kind of now. Is that creepy?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what I just looked at.
That is living skin. They
Japan scientists make smiling robot with living skin.
right. That's correct. Living skin. So it's real skin, and not only that,
Gross.
they cultivated it out of human skin, out of human cells.
Yeah.
And they grow it.
Yeah.
So this living skin can be on robots.
Okay, and it's got human DNA, I guess.
I guess so. I mean,
yeah.
it would have to be.
If it's human skin, it's human DNA.
And the one that they show there, the point that they were making there is that they made it smile. You know,
Disgusting.
that's disgusting. But if they put that instead of silicone on robots, that means a robot is going to walk in the room and it's going to have human skin. And they're also, not only that,
I would never mistake that for a human. I don't know what they accomplished.
well, if you put that on a structure,
It looks like melting silly
something
putty.
if you put that on, if we took a patch of your skin and put it there, it wouldn't look much different.
I don't think I look anything like that. I don't think that looks anything like a human.
Well, it looks a little bit, no, just the substance.
It looks further from a human than the plastic
Dan,
ones I've
just
seen.
picture that stretched out over the structure of a humanoid structure, architecture.
It doesn't. I get
Okay,
no.
that is skin, and
Okay.
not only that, but it heals.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, it actually heals, and
it's like a Terminator.
they can. That's right, and
All right, I'm closing.
they're going to be. I don't know if they can do it yet, but they're very close. If they haven't already, it's going to grow hair.
Yeah.
Okay, so now I don't think I'm not against AI. I'm not against Neuralink. I think it's fantastic. Neuralink is.
No, that's not AI.
No.
That's
But
got
what?
nothing to do with AI,
No,
right?
I'm talking about the
Okay.
skin. I'm talking about human like
You're talking about taking that and putting it on an AI
human
thing.
like skin being put on a robot that is advanced and that is hooked up to AI, which is
Right.
becoming more advanced.
Right.
It gets kind of weird going forward.
Yeah.
Don't you think?
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to walk into a store, right, and be approached by a sales clerk one of these things and not be able to tell if it's a human or not. I don't think so. Not in my lifetime anyway, but I don't know.
I don't know.
It's really creepy.
In your lifetime, I mean, when you were born, they didn't have, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have computers. So if we're moving exponentially, who knows?
That's right.
Okay. Well, that's creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy. It's called biohybridization. And I know Elon Musk is all for it, right?
I don't know.
Yeah, he wants Neuralink. Neuralink is basically humans being hooked up to computers, right?
Yeah.
Neuralink. That's the idea. Originally, it's like, okay, we're going to fix optic nerves that are broken, and restore
Sure.
eyesight, and cure paraplegics who, nerve repair or replacement, really, through Neuralink. But now we're talking about memory enhancement and cognition.
Well, the most recent,
accessing information.
the most famous Neuralink patient right now is that guy who is a paraplegic, I believe, and he had Neuralink installed, and now he can control his computer mouse with his mind.
Oh, wow, he does?
So he plays video games now with his mind.
Yeah, right.
So
that's crazy.
Which apparently has made his life a whole lot better.
Well, I am all for spinal cord injuries being healed, but I don't know. That's kind of crazy.
Speaking of the future
Yeah.
and our eventual possible doom as a species.
No.
I saw this the other day, and nobody's talking about it yet. Odds of an asteroid impact in 2032 just went up. Here's why experts say you shouldn't worry. So there's this asteroid. It's called YR4. It may impact Earth in 2032, which is just, what, 7 years away now?
7, okay.
But don't worry. It's just a 2% chance.
Okay.
A 2% chance of an asteroid striking Earth.
Okay.
Which is incredibly high to me.
That's high?
Well, I would say that's pretty high,
well,
considering what a catastrophic event it would be.
That it can be at all.
You would hope it would be like 0.0002. No, it's 2% right now.
Right.
But experts say, don't worry, the probability will likely go down, which I'm like, if you expect it to go down, why is it 2% now? Because expectation is just like another word for probability. But I watched this video on it.
Why would it go down?
I don't know. They just say, don't worry, it'll go down.
You know why
they say we're the experts. That's why.
You know why they change? Because they realize how inaccurate they are, and then
because they're just wrong all the time.
They just readjust.
Okay, so I watched this on it. I'll show you too.
Is an asteroid going to hit Earth in 2032? An asteroid that could be as big as a football field has a small chance of hitting Earth in 2032. Now, without context, that's a terrifying sentence, so let me put your mind at ease. The rock, known as 2024 YR4, is pretty big, about twice the size of a meteor that hit Russia in 2013. But it's not extinction event big, and the chances of it hitting Earth are really small. But should that probability trend the wrong way,
2% is not small.
In 2022, NASA ran a test to see if they could redirect the course of an asteroid with rockets, and it worked really well. So if the world does end in 2032, it probably won't be because of an asteroid.
You know what? I'm so sick of these scientists. I really don't believe a damn thing they say.
No, like 95% of it ends up being wrong.
It's all wrong.
It's crazy.
It's all
they just
wrong.
Get everything wrong. But
not only is it wrong what they're predicting, but their ability, like they're saying, yeah, but we can probably change it. No, they're probably wrong about that too.
Well, I guess they did something in 2022 where they actually did an experiment.
Yeah.
And they somehow got an asteroid to shift or something like that. So they think that potentially they could do something like that. But yeah, 2% chance is super high. Now, like they said, it's not going to be a wipeout event,
right?
But it would basically be like a large nuclear explosion.
Yeah, right.
So if it hits like a city, that city's just gone.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah, that city's gone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
but it could hit the ocean.
It could hit the ocean. That would cause tsunamis, right?
Yeah, we had. Remember that movie? I forgot the name of it. I forgot the name of the movie, but an asteroid was going to hit the ocean and cause this big giant wave that's going to like wipe out the entire East Coast.
What decade?
It came out in like it was in the 90s.
Is it Armageddon?
Early or
a different one?
I don't know I don't remember the name of it.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. But it was kind of scary because it just made like this big giant wave, and the whole thing was like this big wave is just going to take, and they showed like they had like this satellite picture of the wave just coming in and filling in like, you know, all the valleys on the East Coast, and like if you're on top of a mountain that's now you're on an island, you know, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
really weird.
Well, don't worry. They say experts say you should not worry about a 2%.
They're wrong about that too.
And last week it was a 1%. By the way.
Oh, it's gone up.
Yeah, doubled.
So why? Why does it go up?
Don't worry.
They changed the math.
Nah, don't worry. It's going to go down.
It's ridiculous.
That's what the experts say. Don't worry. Nobody's listening to experts anymore. And actually, that reminds me of a funny story from last week or 2 weeks ago. Some scientists, there are scientists that just sit there and observe exoplanets and asteroids, and they look for new ones. And they just spend their whole day looking for new celestial bodies and things like that. And there was a scientist, he was looking, and he thought he found a new asteroid.
Right. And
he got excited, and he took down the measurements and documented it, and he sent it to Harvard. He sent it to whatever institute they have there that kind of records all this stuff.
Right.
And then he realized, he was like, ugh, and he had to pull it all back and rescind the whole thing. No, it wasn't an asteroid. He mistook Elon Musk's Tesla Roadster that was launched into space for an asteroid.
Oh my God. He found that?
He thought he found an asteroid.
He found the car.
Yeah. But he realized, he said, oh no, it's just Elon Musk's Tesla.
That's hysterical.
So he thought it was an asteroid.
Where is it?
I don't know where. I think it's still in our solar system, I guess. I don't even know where it is right now.
That's nuts.
But he had to rescind his findings.
So to get a picture of it, like the guy in the suit driving it, you know?
And the funny thing is, the story I read about it, of course, it's from CNN. It says scientists mistake Elon, asteroid for Elon Musk Tesla, whatever. He said, and this is why that's problematic going forward.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, Elon Musk is causing us all these problems.
He's such a bad guy.
Oh no, the innovation is too much.
It's kind of funny. Yeah, I've written here, sovereign wealth fund.
Oh, okay.
Which is of supreme interest to me. This is like probably the most interesting news that came out to me this week.
Okay.
And I know Trump's been talking about it for a long time, and there's nothing new about them. But Trump started an SWF.
Right. For America?
For us.
Okay.
Right. So do you know what it is? I know you do.
Yeah. On a very vague level. I don't know the details of this one or
you know what? We don't know the
proposed.
details of this one.
Yeah.
A lot of the details, but the possibilities are really.
Well, let's
really,
explain what it is.
Okay. A sovereign wealth fund is a fund set up by the government.
Yeah.
Okay. Where the government monetizes assets that it owns, okay, and invests in itself. They usually take not in itself, but it goes into investments. It'll invest in profit producing enterprises. Okay, so it will invest typically like there's nothing new about them. Right now they're like a bunch of them. All countries have them. Norway famously has it.
Yeah.
Right. Even we have some states in the United States have one also. Alaska is always held up as the big example because they have oil. But we take our fund, we take their money, we take surplus funds, put it into surplus monies, put it into a fund, and invest that somewhere. Okay, you will invest in American company, basically in the stock market, invest in companies, maybe even loans. I don't know. Trump's talking about investing in TikTok.
So you don't think it's going to be a global investment in other places around the world, or
probably not? Probably not. Norway, for example, invests in. I forgot what their main asset is. Probably, what does Norway do?
Well, Norway they finance their fund with profit from their oil field.
From their oil fields.
Yeah. Okay. And then they invest in global assets.
Maybe they do.
That's what it is.
Maybe they do, but that's probably not what we will do. Okay. We want to invest in America. And we will probably do American investments.
That'll be interesting.
I'm not saying we'll never go overseas foreign. I don't know, but that certainly wouldn't be the primary goal. I don't think. More to be revealed. But what we would do is we have oil. He talked about here. Go to 22. Did we do 22 yet?
No.
Okay, let's do 22.
All right.
This is going to be Scott Bessent. Bessent? How do you
Bessent.
say Scott Bessent.
Who's he's the Secretary of Treasury.
Scott Bessent.
Think about it.
We're going to stand this thing up within the next 12 months. We're going to monetize the asset side of the U.S. balance sheet for the American people. We're going to put the assets to work. And I think it's going to be very exciting. We're going to study best practices as done around the world. It'll be a combination of liquid assets that we have in this country as we work to bring them out for the American people.
The extraordinary size and scale
Secretary
of the U.S.
Commerce.
government and the business it does with companies should create value for American citizens. If we are going to buy 2 billion COVID vaccines, maybe we should have some warrants and some equity in these companies and have that grow for the help of the American people. So I bring all these things together. I think Scott and I will create an amazing sovereign wealth fund for you, sir.
So other countries have sovereign wealth funds, and they're much smaller countries, and they're not the United States. We have tremendous potential in this country, tremendous. You're seeing that, what's happened just in a short period of time. And as an example, TikTok, we're going to be doing something perhaps with TikTok, and perhaps not. If we make the right deal, we'll do it. Otherwise, we won't. But I have the right to do that, and we might put that in the sovereign wealth fund, whatever we make, or
That'd be
we do
crazy.
a partnership with very wealthy people. A lot of options, but we could put that as an example in the fund, and we have a lot of other things that we could put in the fund. And I think in a short period of time, we'd have one of the biggest funds, and you know, some of.
So it'd make TikTok into a government enterprise.
Well, that's the thing. That's
right?
that's what people are complaining about.
Yeah.
Okay. People are complaining that, and I would be worried about that too. But I don't know. I'm listening to the way he said it, the context that he puts it. He's talking about investing. He's not talking about the government owning what should be owned by private enterprise. He's talking about a fund that's going to be investing. It's going to, in other words, it's like being a shareholder,
which is a part owner.
It is a part owner, yeah. But I mean,
I know voting power.
I know, but if you buy shares in a mutual fund, let's say, and that mutual fund invests in Apple,
yeah,
okay, the mutual fund doesn't own Apple,
sure,
okay. The people who have an interest in the fund own shares in the fund, and then the fund redistributes profits and losses to them.
Yeah.
So it's really, really important how this thing is set up. We don't know how it's going to be set up.
Well,
how it's structured, how the whole fund is structured is going to be really, really important, because the thing that really bothers me, and it bothers a lot of people, is the potential for corruption. But the big thing but they don't know that yet. What they're talking about now, a lot of the people who are opposed, because they're opposed to everything that Trump does.
Anything
right?
he does, they're going to find a way that it's wrong. Yeah.
What they're saying is that companies, or rather countries, take take surplus monies and invest it in the fund.
Yeah.
The United States doesn't have surplus.
That's the thing.
We have
that's
debt.
The thing.
We have debt.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because a lot of these smaller countries, like the ones in the Middle East and Norway, we were talking about how they have a company. It's a government owned company that runs the oil field, that mines the oil and does all that there.
Yeah.
So the government directly profits from their oil.
Right.
We don't have anything like that here. We don't have a government-owned oil company.
Right.
We don't have the same thing in Saudi Arabia. The government does its own oil thing. So I don't know where we're going to get financing from.
Well, it's thought to be tariffs.
Okay.
Number one. And there's also a way of thinking, like Mark Cuban was complaining about it. He said, well, that's ridiculous because we have all this debt.
Yeah.
But you know, there's a different way of thinking, okay? You can have debt and also investments at the same time, okay? Suppose you're making enough money to start paying down your debt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure.
From profits. Like right now, our debt, I mean, I don't know the exact number right now, but the United States is probably paying somewhere between 4 and 5%. I don't know what the exact rate is right now. It's probably 4.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
Right? If you can make back more than 4.5 in investments, then you can start paying down your debt.
I think the short-term thinking on that, though, is that the interest rate from the debt is going to be way higher than your return on the investment.
Right.
So you're better off paying off the debt, because that's like having it's equivalent to having a larger return.
But there is a big picture, and I think that Trump is envisioning a lot of money staying in this country and coming into this country from varying sources.
Right.
Tariffs being one of them. That's supposed to be a big source.
I know in Alaska, I think how it works there is the oil is owned by the state, or the state has some control over the oil. So that's how they finance their wealth fund. But the other states don't have that. In the other states, the oil belongs to whoever the property owner is. You know, that's on top of the oil.
On top of the oil, right.
So, but I don't think Alaska works that way. So again, I'm not sure how we're going to finance it. I'm not sure where that money's going to come from.
Do you know that if you live in Alaska, you get a check every year? I think it's like $2,000-$3,000 a year. It could be probably less sometimes. So that's pretty amazing.
That's pretty cool.
The big thing though is that in this country we have politicians right now. Okay, sitting politicians who are so corrupt and have their fingers and their fists into the pie so badly that to put a $1 trillion fund or $2 trillion. These funds, by the way, are like they are like $1 trillion. I think Norway's is probably closer to $2 trillion. I forget the exact number, but we're probably going to have $1 trillion or $2 trillion fund within certainly by the time he leaves office. It's going to be huge. Can you imagine? I mean, this is like a playground for these politicians to get their hands in there. Malaysia totally collapsed with their fund. The politicians were taking billions and billions of dollars out of it.
Right. Yeah, it leaves a lot of room for corruption, and that's not good.
And they were flying around. They were building giant homes. They had private planes. They were doing all that stuff. It totally collapsed. You know, Jordan. You remember Jordan Belfort?
Yeah.
Right.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street. Wolf of Wall Street. Every time I hear the name Wolf of Wall Street, there's no Wolf of Wall Street. I've told you that, right?
Sure.
I did? Okay. Yeah, he was never called that. But for the movie he was, or the book or whatever it was. But there was this, that entire movie was funded with stolen funds from Malaysia, from the Malaysian
really?
Sovereign Fund. Yep, the whole movie. Something like $150 million went into the production of that movie, and they all got, who's the star of that movie?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio got artwork. He got like Picasso's and yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, Jordan got stuff.
That's a bit ironic considering the theme of the movie, I guess.
Yeah, right. It was a production company called Red Granite, and it was run by this guy named Aziz and some other guy, and they were basically tied into Malaysia, and they were basically using the movie to launder money out of Malaysia.
Well, but didn't the movie make tons of money?
Yes, yeah, it made tons.
Shouldn't that have gone back into the?
They paid. Yeah, they cut a deal and they paid back like $60 million.
Did they take more than that?
They had to give the artwork back. DiCaprio had to give back all his gifts.
That's weird. Yeah. I didn't know anything about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is funny. Hey, listen, I don't know anything Jordan Belfort's hooked up with.
Well, we were talking about how. Yeah, I know. We were talking about how.
Not that I don't like the guy, but
you really don't like the guy. We were talking about how everything Trump does, there's a reflexive.
It's not that I don't like him.
Yeah.
He's just full of crap.
Okay.
He's not that great.
Do you like crap?
He's not.
No. Right. Okay. We were talking about how there's a reflexive reaction against everything Trump does. Yeah. I saw an article from the other day. It was what Trump could learn from Hitler, and this is a left-wing author talking about how even Hitler didn't shut down government funding for the sciences, and now Trump is with USAID and Doge. They're canceling grants, right?
So he's horrible because he doesn't do what Hitler did.
So he's horrible because he's like Hitler, but even when he's not like Hitler, that's why he's horrible.
That's why he's horrible.
He should be more like Hitler when he's not.
He should be more like Hitler. Then they wouldn't be able to say, what? They're crazy.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, yeah. One last thing.
Yeah.
I know you've been listening to a lot of audiobooks lately.
Yeah.
And I saw this. I thought it was funny. Podfasters. Have you heard of Podfasters?
No.
Okay. Instead of podcasters, they're Podfasters. Can no longer listen to audiobooks or podcasts at normal speed.
Oh, yeah.
So they turn everything up to 2 times.
Right.
And now they can't go back, and they can't even hold normal conversation with people anymore.
Oh, really?
They're affected by it.
I can picture that because a couple of times, because for expediency, whatever it was, I did want to know something. I needed to learn something very quickly, and I didn't care about the presentation. I didn't care about the nuances and the vocal intonations and all that stuff, and the pauses that are important.
Right.
These things are important. Right. So I just went through and got the information. And then I missed something, and I went back and I tried to listen to it at regular speed. It was very difficult.
Yeah.
Very difficult.
I will listen to almost everything educational.
Yeah.
I listen at 2 times speed.
Educational is fine.
If it's entertainment or if it's interesting,
right?
I want to hear it at the regular volume.
Yeah.
People are probably listening to this at an advanced speed. Some people are.
I hope so. I hope they are.
So if I talk really fast, they won't know what I'm saying. If I speak like this, so that'll really mess them up right there.
Yeah. But On the other hand,
yeah. Which is weird because they also all these podcast listening apps, they have the option to go down to like half speed.
Yeah.
So who the hell's doing half speed for anything?
I don't know.
Right?
Yeah. Maybe I don't know.
But this article did reference a study that showed that people were able to listen to things at 2 times speed,
right?
And it didn't affect their cognition, their recall of the information. They were still able to do it. But once you got up to like 3 times,
yeah, too much.
Total drop off. Nobody could remember a damn thing.
2 times,
so,
I find 2 times, you can get used to 2 times pretty quickly.
You can get used to over 2 is almost impossible.
1.5.
It depends who's speaking. If it's if it's Ben Shapiro, 2 times is not going to work.
Right. No, there was one that I was listening.
If it's Mitch McConnell, maybe 4 times speed.
Yeah.
Or actually, he got hurt the other day. He was in a wheelchair. He fell.
Yeah.
He's not doing too good.
No. I don't think he was doing so hot before then either.
No, he's not. And they're pretending he's fine, which is...
Oh, that's like what they did with Biden.
Which comes across as very insincere.
Yeah.
Insincere.
But I was going to say, there's, I forget who it was, but I was listening to, it was a book, and the guy was narrating so...
Yeah, you got to speed it up.
Oh my God.
You got to speed it up.
I went up to 2 times speed. Totally listened to
I listened to Gary Vaynerchuk's recent book.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is he's known for speaking fast.
No, he's just the right speed for me.
Well, he's known for speaking very fast. And yet his audiobook, they probably forced him to really slow down because he delivered it in such a sort of deliberate, slow pace. But it was too much. I had to speed it up.
Oh, okay.
Which is funny that I ever have to speed him up.
Yep. Well, I'm a New Yorker, so I speak pretty quickly anyway.
Yeah,
so.
I know. I know.
All right. That's it?
That's it for today.
That's it for today. Okay.
Okay, good. All right.